There's an old front porch swing still creaking in my mind. Summer nights and fireflies running out of time. Mama humming softly while the radio played low, songs about forever from so long ago. Daddy's hands were calloused from working dawn till dusk. He'd smile through the struggle like faith was all we trust. Those songs were more than music, they were lessons carved in stone. Timeless country memories that made a house a home. These timeless country memories still live inside of me. Through the laughter and the heartache, they're all I'll ever need. From the back roads to the moonlight, where my soul still wanders free, I carry timeless country memories. Saturday night dances on a dusty wooden floor, cheap guitars and honest love, we never asked for more. Promises were simple, like your hand holding mine. We thought that love would last forever, just like those melodies in time. Years roll by like highways, fading in the rain. Some dreams got forgotten, some still call my name. But every old familiar song brings it all back to me. Every note a photograph of who we used to be. These timeless country memories still live inside of me. Through the laughter and the heartache, they're all I'll ever need. From the back roads to the moonlight, where my soul still wanders free, I carry timeless country memories. If I lose my way someday and the world feels cold and strange, I'll turn the dial back slowly, let the past ease all the pain. 'Cause those voices from the vinyl still sing honest, still sing true. They remind me where I came from and what love's supposed to do. These timeless country memories ain't bound by years or time. They live in every broken heart and every simple line. When my story's almost over and my days drift like the breeze, bury me in timeless country memories. Yeah, those timeless country memories, they never fade away, they just get stronger with every yesterday. There's a song on the radio crackling through the night, old vinyl spinning slowly in a pale yellow light. Every note feels familiar, like a friend I used to know. Echoes of classic country from a long time ago. Front porch chair still waiting for the stories we once told, laughing about forever, back when hearts were young and bold. The years keep moving forward, but these songs refuse to leave. They're stitched into the silence of everything I believe. These echoes of classic country still ring inside my soul. Through the miles and memories, they never let me go. From the sound of steel strings crying to a voice that's rough and true, I still hear my past calling in the echoes of classic country too. There's a man in every lyric with a story worn and real, love that broke him wide open, pain he never learned to heal. Those songs don't hide the truth, they just lay it bare, like a prayer whispered softly in the smoky air. I've chased modern highways and neon city lights, but nothing ever moved me like those old Saturday nights, when the music felt like family and the truth was always clear. Every song was a promise that someone still cared. These echoes of classic country still ring inside my soul. Through the miles and memories, they never let me go. From the sound of steel strings crying to a voice that's rough and true, I still hear my past calling in the echoes of classic country too. If the world gets too loud and the nights feel long and cold, I'll turn the dial back slowly to the songs that never get old. Let them play me home again like they always do, 'cause those echoes of classic country still know me through and through. Yeah, these echoes of classic country aren't just music in my head. They're the love I once believed in and the tears I never said. When my voice is gone to silence and my story's finally told, let my heart keep on singing with the echoes of classic country. Oh, yeah, the echoes of classic country still echo on and on, long after the record's done. There's a highway stretching endless under tired yellow lines. I've been chasing something missing since I left it all behind. Every town looks like a promise, every mile feels like a test. I keep driving through the silence with a heart that won't rest. Got a suitcase full of questions and a mirror I avoid. Every dream I ever carried feels heavier than void. I hear your voice in every station, like a song I've always known. But the farther that I wander, the more miles between me and home. There are miles between me and home, and ghost riding shotgun beside. Every wrong turn I ever took still asks me why. I don't know where this road is leading, but I know what I've outgrown. Yeah, I'm learning who I am with these miles between me and home. Neon lights and motel windows blinking like they understand. Every stranger's got a story written deep in calloused hands. I've seen hope in empty glasses, truth in words we never say. Funny how the road teaches lessons you can't learn if you stay. I've loved hard and lost harder, let pride write my goodbyes. I mistook the sound of freedom for the echo of my lies. Now every mile's a confession, every mile feels earned. I keep paying for the bridges I was too young to burn. There are miles between me and home, and regrets I still carry inside. Every sunset in my rear view feels like another goodbye. I don't know if I'll find forgiveness or just peace on my own, but I'm closer to the truth with these miles between me and home. If I turn back in the morning, will I recognize that man? Or did the road already change me more than I ever planned? Maybe home ain't just a place or a door I used to know. Maybe it's who I become after letting go. There were miles between me and home, but they taught me how to stand. Every scar became a lesson, every loss shaped who I am. If I ever find my way back, I won't walk it alone, 'cause I finally found myself in the miles between me and home. Yeah, the road keeps rolling on, but I don't feel so alone. No, I don't feel so alone. Neon flickers like it's tired, same old song on the jukebox plays. Bartender wipes the counter like it's done 1,000 days. Every stool's got a story, every glass knows my name. This place don't ask questions, it just listens to the pain. I said I'd quit this kind of living, said tonight would be the last. But promises sound different when you're drinking to the past. There's laughter in the corner from people I don't know. Funny how you feel the loneliest in a room that's full of souls. It's the last call at the broken bar. Lights are low, but the truth's too bright. I keep chasing ghosts and whiskey, trying to make it through the night. I don't drink to forget you, I drink to understand who we are. Yeah, I'm learning hard lessons at the last call at the broken bar. There's a mirror behind the bottles, shows a man I barely trust. He's got hope in his right hand and regret collecting dust. I've loved wrong, stayed too long, said words I can't take back. Every choice I ever made is sitting in this glass. The jukebox plays a slow goodbye, steel guitar cries low. Sounds like every road I took that I never should have drove. If I stumble out at closing time with my pride torn and scarred, at least I told the truth tonight. At the broken bar, it's a last call at the broken bar. When excuses all run dry, I stop lying to myself. When I look regret in the eye, I don't blame the night or whiskey for the man I'm so far. I just finally listened at the last call at the broken bar. Maybe tomorrow I'll be stronger, maybe I'll finally change, but tonight I sit with honesty and let it call my name. You can't outrun your shadow or drown it in a jar. Sometimes healing starts in silence at a broken bar. It was the last call at the broken bar, but not the end of the road. I left a little lighter than the weight I used to hold. If I ever find forgiveness, it won't come from how far. It'll start with who I was at the last call at the broken bar. Neon face, door swings slow, I step into the dark, but I'm not empty anymore. I used to know the man in the mirror, knew his reason, knew his name. Now his eyes don't recognize me, like we never played the same game. Every town feels unfamiliar, every mile feels borrowed time. I keep chasing faded answers on a road that used to be mine. I built my life on shaky promises, said I'm fine when I wasn't strong. I wore my pride like it was armor, but it just made the nights more long. There's a map I never followed, with directions I ignored. Now I'm lost in all the silence I was begging for before. I'm a stranger on my own road, with a past I can't outrun. Every step feels like a question, every answer comes undone. I don't know who I became, or where the truth has gone. Yeah, I'm walking through my life like a stranger on my own road. I've shaken hands with every shadow that I swore I'd leave behind. I made peace with all my failures, but they never left my mind. Love came knocking more than once, I just didn't let her in. I was too busy running circles, trying not to feel again. The lines on my face tell stories I never learned how to tell. Of quiet wars and restless nights and a heart I never sold well. If I could talk to younger me, I'd say slow down, let it go. 'Cause you don't find yourself by running from the truth you already know. I'm a stranger on my own road, with my name on every sign, but none of them feel like they're leading to a place that feels like mine. I keep asking every mile where the hell I went wrong. Yeah, I'm living with the echoes of a stranger on my own road. If I stop here in the daylight and face the man I've been, will I find forgiveness or just the shape of my sins? Maybe home ain't where I started, or the dreams I overplayed. Maybe it's the moment I stopped being afraid. I was a stranger on my own road, but I'm learning how to stay, to listen when my heart speaks instead of looking away. If this road keeps twisting on me, I won't walk it cold and alone, 'cause I'm finally meeting the man on my own road. Yeah, I'm still walking, but I'm not alone. Not anymore. There's a wind on the prairie calling names I can't forget, through the dust and the silence of the towns the world regret. Old saloons stand empty with their stories on the floor, every wall still listening to the men who came before. Boot heels on wooden sidewalks echo ghosts from long ago. Outlaws, lovers, broken dreams buried deep beneath the snow. The moon hangs low and lonely, like it's got something to say. Whispers of the old West still ride the night away. Hear the whispers of the old West in the cold and open air. Every prayer and promise still drifting everywhere. From the fires that burned at sundown to the stars that never rest, I still hear the voices in the whispers of the old West. There's a harmonica crying from a window painted red. A cowboy sings to memories of the life he nearly had. Love was hard as iron, faith was dust and bone, but every man kept walking till the trail felt like home. I've been riding through the ages, chasing truth and rusty signs. Every road feels borrowed from another place in time. I lay my hat in silence, let the night confess. and weary west. Hear the whispers of the old west in the cold and open air. Every prayer and promise still drifting everywhere. From the fires that burned at sundown to the stars that never rest, I still hear the voices in the whispers of the old west. If these plains could talk back, they'd sing slow and low of blood, of love, of freedom, and the costs we never know. So I listen in the darkness with my back against the wall to the ghosts of broken heroes who still answer when I call. Yeah, the whispers of the old west ain't just legends carved in stone. They're the tears and dreams of men who died alone. When my trail runs empty and my fire fades to rest, bury me with the stories of the whispers of the old west. Let the wind keep talking, let the silence confess, I'll be riding forever with the whispers of the old west. The sky was barely waking when I heard the screen door close. Coffee still on the table, your jacket by the stove. You didn't say a word, just left a note with my name. Said, I'm sorry, this is goodbye. Then the whistle came. Your boots were by the doorway, like you planned to come back home. But the bed felt twice as empty when I woke up alone. I stood there in the silence with your letter in my hand, trying to understand the meaning of a love I couldn't stand. She left with the morning train before the sun could rise, took all the words we never said and all the unanswered whys. I watched her disappear like smoke into the rain. Yeah, my heart broke quietly when she left with the morning train. We said love would last forever, said we'd face it side by side. But somewhere in the waiting, she learned how to hide. I thought staying meant commitment, thought leaving meant defeat. But I guess she found her freedom in the sound of those steel wheels. There's a town down by the station where the nights still call her name. Every train that passes through feels a little bit the same. I still turn when I hear footsteps, still look up when trains complain. Funny how the heart remembers every kind of pain. She left with the morning train, no tears, no last embrace, just a quiet kind of ending. Time watching hope drift down the lane. Yeah, my world slowed to a whisper when she left with the morning train. Maybe love ain't always breaking, sometimes it just lets go. Sometimes leaving is the only way a heart can finally grow. I don't curse her for the leaving or the choice she had to make. I just wish she'd left a reason instead of this ache. She left with the morning train, but I stayed and learned the truth that you can't beg someone to stay when their heart's already moved. Now every sunrise finds me stronger, though the memory still remains. I learned how to let go slowly, like she left with the morning train. Yeah, the tracks still run behind this town, but I don't chase them anymore. City streets are breathing under tired color signs. Every face is passing with a story in their eyes. I blend into the shadows when no one knows my name. Neon lights don't judge me, they just burn the same. I've been wearing my mistakes like a coat I couldn't shed. Every I'll be fine tomorrow still living in my head. I don't need forgiveness from strangers passing by. I just need a moment where I don't have to lie. Neon lights don't judge me, they don't ask where I've been. They don't care about my failures or the shape that I'm in. Under red and blue reflections, I finally feel free. Neon lights don't judge me, they just let me be. I've loved the wrong kind of promises, stayed when I should have gone. I chased applause in empty rooms long after the thrill was gone. But here beneath the buzzing signs, I drop my worn disguise. For the first time in a long while, I can look myself in the eyes. But now I don't need explanations, it listens without reply. Every scar looks a little softer in this borrowed light. I don't know where I'm heading or what tomorrow brings, but right now I'm breathing honest between the flickering things. Neon lights don't judge me, they don't weigh my mistakes. They don't count the times I fail or the wrong turns that I made. In this glow of quiet mercy, I'm learning how to see. Neon lights don't judge me, they just let me be. Maybe daylight will ask questions that I'm not ready to face, but tonight I'll stand forgiven by this ordinary grace. Sometimes healing isn't holy, sometimes it's just relief. Finding peace in simple moments where no one judges me. Neon lights don't judge me when the world feels heavy and cold. They remind me I'm still human, not just stories I've been told. If I ever find my heaven, it won't be to clean. It'll look a lot like midnight with neon watching me. Yeah, the night keeps humming softly, and I finally feel seen.